Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my studio. If you are new to the podcast, this is something we do live stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Time to approximately 9:30, and I talk about all things related to being creative, living a creative life, especially knitting, crochet, and yarn, or with a focus there rather. And if you would like to join us, you can start joining in the pre-chat about a half hour before the show starts. And if you think this is something you'd enjoy joining all of us for every day, you can subscribe down here in the corner. If you are joining me live now, please feel welcome to say hello. Let's see. Hi, Thea, Julie, Lily, Lisa, Joe, Trisha, Wendy, Angela, Judy. The comments started popping quickly. I'm not sure if I saw everybody's name, but good morning. Happy hump day. Last hump day of the year, last podcast of the year as well. I will be taking off tomorrow and Friday, but we will be back first thing Monday morning for the first podcast of year 2021, which you know what that means. At the end of the show, I'll say, see you next year. I will say that probably all day today and all day tomorrow to anybody that I talk to. I'm just silly like that. I love saying see you next year when I really only mean see you tomorrow. I've always enjoyed it, always thought it was funny. I mean, whatever, it's the little things. Hi, Shell Bell, Wendy, Julie, Melanie, good morning, everybody. Happy yesterday. I know not only me, but everybody else here, we would all love to hear what you've been working on. Hi, Rita, good morning. Hi, Carrie. I wrote the last word in my 20th book yesterday. The book is ready for second round of editing because the whole book is put together now. The only thing left I have to do as creator finish up the second round of photos, but that's okay. That's not a problem. So the book is laid out. The first round of editing is complete, and it is set up as something that is official to edit as an entire body of work, which means not only are the patterns done, the introduction is written, the dedication is made. You know who I dedicate it to. Same person I do all my books, but it's written. What was the last word? The last section was the dedication. I saved the dedication for last, and I saved the introduction and dedication for last. And I did finish the index last night, which, other than making the samples, the index is probably the biggest job in the whole book, believe it or not. Wendy just finished a tailor hat for her grandson. That's awesome. That's this hat here. Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. What color did you use, Wendy? Hi, Val. Thank you, Lottie. Happy New Year to you, too. Happy New Year to everybody. I was taking a walk down memory lane before the show started this morning. She made it in cherry. That's awesome. I know Marlon asked for a red hat this year too. And I did make a red hat in the book, and we'll see if he likes it. I would let him pick any of the hats that he ends up liking to wear. I haven't seen him much lately. He's been working so much. So that's the good news, is that he's been working, but the downside is it's just been the kitties and me around here, which is fine. The kitties enjoy all of the attention, that's for sure. Hi, Susie. Good morning. Thank you, Melanie. Happy New Year to you too. So like I was saying, I took a walk down memory lane this morning and scrolled back through my blog to see besides finishing my 20th book, what else did I accomplish this year? What else was what else were some of the highlights that the business did this year? Hi, Sharon. Good morning. I know for me personally, today is also a weird anniversary. Today is the 1-year anniversary of getting rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery, which is so weird. And then it makes me wonder, well, okay, did I heal properly for it? Did I bounce back? I have not I mean, I have healed properly from it, but I did not bounce back exercise and diet wise. Like, I never did get my stomach back from having my stomach cut open with surgery. So that is something that I plan on working on next year. I definitely think this is the time of year that I like to think about goals for the following year. And I definitely have work-related goals, business-related goals, website-related goals. And I tried to show Judy's comment. It's calling Judy the video owner and me the moderator. Well, isn't that nice? Okay, now, but it's showing her links now. Oh, so strange. Anyway, so like I said, I do have goals for the business, do have goals for the website, do have goals for myself personally, including trying to get healthier. That was fine. That's good too. Yes, Naomi, thank goodness I'm healed. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so as I was thinking about what I've accomplished and what I want to work on next year, and that's probably what I'm going to focus on tomorrow, taking as the last day of the year, is focusing on what I really want to accomplish for the following year. I always do that on the last day of any given year. But I wanted to remind you guys of some of the fun highlights that I found in old blog posts this year. So I found 12 that I thought we'd go over together. And it's just really fun to see milestones and realize how far we've come and things like that. So obviously, the beginning of the year started very slowly because of surgery and recovering and all that good stuff. I think I even took off a couple weeks of the podcast just to recover from surgery. But anyway, on January 28th, let's see, the original color palette for Be So Baby Yarn when it was first launched, I believe was 11 colors. It was either 10 or 11 colors. And by January 28th of this year, I launched it as 28 colors and thought that was a big deal and very exciting. As you all know, it's 60 colors now for Be So Baby Yarn, but it was only earlier this year that I was launching it as 28 colors, which was a huge step up from the original 11. Then let's see, then in March, we started doing the Designing Live series. Remember that? Maybe you remember doing that 5-hour designing session. It was for the Infinite Friendship Shawl. Do I have it out here? Is it up here? No, it's not up here. It's probably in there. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I'm sure some of you joined me for that 5-hour session where I was trying to finish the shawl in one live stream. That was fun. Then in February, I launched my 18th book, which was 52 crochet gifts. That was this year. So this year I launched 18 and 19, both 52 crochet gifts and Be So Caring. So I thought that was a cool thing to see. Then in April, we started the Call In to Win segment. Remember, we do that sometimes on the podcast. Sometimes I just run. I'd like to do it more often, actually, and I should probably figure out how to add it in, because I have the phone sitting here every single day and I run out of time because we talk about so much stuff. But anyway, we started doing that in April, and if you're not familiar with Call In to Win, that's when I hold up a little phone and a phone number, the phone number to the phone, and it's just like an old-fashioned radio call-in segment where if you make it in live, I answer the call live. I finally figured out how to turn speakerphone on my flip phone, and so you can hear the whole conversation. So you get to hear someone's voice who you probably recognize their name because of the live stream where we all chat in the community during the live stream podcast. But it's also a great chance for me to get to talk to someone live, since we don't do in-person events lately. So, and everybody who calls in wins a prize. So that's been really fun. Also in April, so remember, COVID ended up being a big thing starting March. Well, in April, I decided on a whim one night around, I think it was 10 o'clock at night, in my pajamas, like not thinking very far ahead at all. And and it was an old nightgown too. It wasn't even something new, but it had the word love on it, which I thought was appropriate. So when COVID first came out, you might recall that face masks were sold out, toilet paper was sold out, all these things were unavailable to us. And I was trying to figure out, and there are people showing you how to sew masks if you had a sewing machine. And I thought, what about all those people out there that aren't DIY and aren't crafty? what can they do to make a mask? So I took a bandana, a leftover from 52 crochet gifts, because if you recall, or is it 80 handmade gifts? 80 handmade gifts, I made 2 bandanas with crochet and knit on edging on them. So I had some leftovers from that. And so I took a bandana and I accordion folded it a couple of times so that you'd have multiple layers to the mask bandana, and flipped those around my ears, pulled out the accordion folds a little bit, and had a face mask that had 8 layers of cotton, I believe. I made this video. It was about a minute long, just like I said, in my pajamas, 10:30 at night, uploaded it to YouTube and thought, this will help people if they don't know how to sew and they need a mask to leave the house and be safe. Little did I know that the world was going to like this video. It not only went viral, it's the only video of all the years of me doing videos, it's the only video that's ever gone viral. I wish I could come up with another idea to go viral. But anyway, it hit like, I don't know, it hit a couple 100,000 views overnight. By the next day, it had hit 1 million views. Later on that, even or by the following day, Marlon comes screaming into my office and said, "You're trending on YouTube." I ended up becoming the #1 trending video on YouTube for a day. And then as I stayed in the top 10 trending on YouTube for another day, I was beating Drake. I was beating other singers that Marlon, or rappers and singers that Marlon admired. And he was like calling everybody he knew to tell them to go see that his mom was trending on YouTube. It was just so fun that he was excited. Do you know what I mean? It's very rare that he's impressed with what I do. So it was just hilarious that he kept calling people, screaming and squealing and just having the best time, going, "Oh my God." And he'd say, "Oh my God, you're 5 now. Oh my God, you're 4." And then we watched it go down to 20, and then we watched it fall off. Well, anyway, by the end of the week, month, whatever, ended up hitting around 7 million views, which was really funny because at that point, my lifetime to date on my YouTube channel total had only been about 6 million views for what, I don't know, 8 years, however long my channel is. So I doubled my overall lifetime views in a week. The whole thing's mind-boggling to me, but I guess my video was clipped on different news stations. The Attorney General referenced my video at one point, and I was featured on a couple of bigger sites like Huffington Post. It was actually pretty fun. I'm going to say it was fun. And obviously I helped a ton of people too, because a lot of people were in the comments telling me, "This is what I needed. This is amazing." Now, the funny thing was, though, is that I used a red bandana. So if you have a few minutes and you're bored and you want to get a couple of laughs, go watch the comments on that video. They're hilarious. Not only are there people saying that they liked it, there's people saying they hated it, but then there's people talking about the fact that I was gang related because of it, because of the Bloods and the Crips who like blue bandanas and red bandanas. There was a whole gang related controversy over the video too. So just so entertaining to me. I have such a sheltered bubble life, living here, working from home, hanging out with my kitties, and to be in a gang controversy on YouTube and to trend higher than Drake, like, that was just really hilarious. In my nightgown, no less. It wasn't even like polished. Anyway, it was very funny. So that was in April. What else? Oh, then what else happened in April? Oh, then by April, we also increased the color selection for Be So Baby Yarn up to 38 colors. So it went from 11 to 28 to 38 colors by April. Then in July, my second season of Knit and Crochet Now started airing on TV. That's season 11, and you can probably still watch it on PBS or on the Create channel. You could also probably get clips on YouTube, and you can download the whole show on Annie's website. Annie is the producer of the show. Then in July was the 6th anniversary of KO Yarns. I missed one. Then back in May, I interviewed Vanna White. Remember that? Do you guys remember watching my interview with Vanna White? I was so nervous, so excited and so nervous, but that was fun too. So that 9, 10, 11. And then come September, Be So Baby came out in 60 colors, which is where we're going to stay now, I believe. I think 60 is plenty, and I feel like just about everything is represented in every color palette and theme I can think of. I feel like it's where it needs to be now. So I think we're done. But anyway, in September, Be So Baby yarn went up to 60 colors. And then in December, which I also think is so awesome and also interesting because something happened to make this happen. In December, I launched the Be So Helpful bags. And as you may recall earlier in this year, I think it was actually in March that I found out that Rapture was going to be discontinued. And it was so disappointing and sad at first. But, you know, when life that also, I forgot to add Be So Clean. Anyway, so when life throws lemons at you, it's important to find a way to make lemonade. Does it happen immediately? No. I cried at first. I was scared. I didn't know how things were going to come together. By letting things settle and allowing myself to not resist the negative feelings and let them ride out, let them pass, I was able to come up with the ideas that I needed and the energy I needed to do something. Yes, Jill, I talked about that in the beginning of the show. Today's actually the 1-year anniversary of emergency surgery. That is correct. So not bad way to start the year and end the year, that it started with something pretty terrible and we did lots of really exciting, fun things throughout the year. So anyway, so we launched Be So Clean soaps after that. And then because of being able to launch Be So Clean soap, I was able to launch Be So Helpful bags before the end of the year. We did that this month in September. And I just think that that's just such a wonderful way to have ended the year. Let's see, Angela saw someone carrying one of my bags on Brooklyn Bridge in one of Christy Glass's podcasts. That's awesome. I love seeing where my yarn and my work and stuff goes. Oh, that reminds me. So we talked about in August, I launched Tropical Nights fabric collection. And from there, we were able to launch the bag collection using that fabric collection. Anyway, lots of stuff, right? Lots of stuff. Do you guys like to do that too? I love looking at year in review. It reminds me of what I accomplished. It reminds me of what I didn't accomplish. It reminds me of which parts bring me the most joy, which parts I feel are unfinished business, what I want to work on more, what I think is good where it's at. I think year in review is always a fun experience. Oh, thank you, Naomi. Naomi says, thank you, Kristin, for making our lives richer and happy in crafting. I am so glad you feel that way. Thank you. Yes, well, I guess you could say that depends on the year. I think there's always something to reflect on, regardless of how positive or negative a year has been, especially because you can choose which aspects to look at then. I think that it's always helpful. Sometimes it's to say goodbye to the negative things and to remind yourself to focus on the positive ones. I don't think there's anything wrong with a year in review because it does give you the opportunity to decide what parts am I saying goodbye to, what parts do I want to continue to focus on more, and yeah, I think it's very therapeutic. Anyway, that's a lot. I'm sure, and I haven't been really paying too much attention to the comments. Judy's been posting links like crazy. Thank you so much. I know that's a lot that I talked about. And if anybody's asked, I noticed someone mentioned my butterfly clip and my shawl. I'm wearing the Molten Lava shawl in Be So Fine yarn in color Parisian Bordeaux with the tank top dress from Amazon that matches in that beautiful wine color burgundy. And I'm wearing a butterfly clip to pull it all together. I love the way the lace ends up looking like sleeves. And I have to say, I think lace sleeves remind me of all the pretty aspect of sleeve tattoos. Does that make sense? I don't necessarily, I'm not a tattoo person. Not that I don't love tattoo art. It's just something that's never appealed to me for my body. But I love the way the texture looks on sleeves. It's like having a beautiful print fabric on your arms, right? So I feel like lace on sheer arms also gives me that look too. There's just something about seeing a print over skin that I absolutely love. So whether it's tattoos or lace, there's something I love about a sheer sleeve. Anyway, that's why when I do sleeves, like on the Kimmy top, that purple top in the corner there, when I did sleeves on that one, I made them lace sleeves. When I did Sweet Clara top with sleeves, they're lace sleeves. There's just something so sexy and beautiful and interesting about a sheer sleeve. And here's one of the reasons why I think that. It's because when you expose skin that isn't necessarily a sexy spot, right? I think it's still sexy. So like even if this, imagine this was a top that had no cleavage, right? It would just come straight to the neck up here. How sexy is this collarbone area being exposed through lace? There's something really beautiful about that. Or when you do a cold shoulder with lace, or even just that as a sleeve, it's very sexy without being overtly sexy. There's just something about it that I love. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to share any crafting goals you have this year? Is there something that you want to learn how to do? Is there something, or do you have any other goals for the new year? Here he comes. Come say hi. Last podcast of the year. Do you have any words to say? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's been a roller coaster.
Right. Have a great day at work. I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Talk to you later. Well, how was that for a treat? Everybody's saying hi to you. Wendy wants to improve her knitting. That's wonderful. Thea wants to finish her works in progress. That's great. Yes, he is a big boy now. Yes, he is handsome. Angela, thank you. Donna wants to learn to knit in 2021 too. Yes, a cameo appearance by Marlon. What a beautiful way to end 2020. I'm down with that. That sounds great. Everyone's saying Happy New Year to you too. Lisa wants to try knitting as well. Well, I may have something in the works to try to help you learn how to knit this year. That's a little sneak peek for 2021. I don't have anything finalized yet, so I have nothing to really share, but it is one of my goals to focus on teaching people how to start something new. If you've if you've never done something before, like beginner. So that is something that whether you knit or crochet or want to knit or crochet and have never touched knitting needles or crochet hooks, my goal is to do something to entice you to try something you've never tried before. Naomi would like to make men's sweaters. That's very nice. Yes. I've been dreaming of a men's collection for years. I've had the title of the book in my mind for years, and it's perfect. Susie's starting I think a YouTube vlog. That's great. Sandshell wants to try something she's never done before. That's fantastic too. Yay, I'm so glad that you guys are all excited to try something new. That's great. That's a great mindset going into a new year, isn't it? I think it is. Kat's going to learn mosaic with somebody's crochet along. That's great. Irene wants to learn to knit and finish all her projects. Great. I think these are great goals, everybody. I think these are all really great goals. Well, one of the things that I want to do is start doing virtual classes, and hopefully, so I'll have my website done hopefully sometime next month, and after that, hopefully be able to start doing virtual classes. What else? I would like to write more books, certainly. I absolutely enjoy writing books. I would like to come up with some new fabric collections. Needle felting is Brenda's goal. Sherlanda wants to learn how to design garments, also great. Donna wants to improve her watercolor skills. Ooh, that's a great one too. Shellbell wants to declutter her home in 2021. That is wonderful. That will, honestly, I think that is the number one. I think that's the number one step to becoming more creative. The more decluttering you can do, the more free space your mind has to be creative. I think that's a fantastic goal, Shell Bell. Have you watched that show, The Home Edit, on Netflix? They're on. It's two girls who started a business together, helping people declutter. They have an Instagram. They have a show on Netflix, and I guess they have a New York Times bestseller book too. I really like their ideas, and I find them very inspirational. If you need a little inspiration for that, did you grab something to eat or drink?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thea wants to set up her craft room. That's great. Yes, I believe they are from Nashville. That's right, Sandshell. Really fun ladies to watch. On their TV show on Netflix, they alternate. They do two guests every episode. They do a real person client and they do a celebrity client, and I don't know, the contrasts and comparisons are often very interesting between what the goals are of a celebrity client and a real world client. But one of the things that I actually took away from the Khloe Kardashian episode, which is surprising to me because I didn't think that this is what I was going to take from it, was the fact that she has a section in her garage set up for gifts, where she keeps gifts on hand that are, I guess generic would be the right word for it, because gifts that aren't specialized or customized to an individual, just really nice gifts to give anyone. And she keeps this whole shelf on hand for gifts and then things to go along with the gift, wrapping paper, cards. And so it's like a gifting station for wrapping, cards, and the actual gifts themselves. And I love that idea. And it really ties into some of the things that we talk in here, because we talk here about not only, I've written 2 books specifically geared around handmade gifts, but I also talk a lot about you could make a stash of these gifts so that they're ready to go when you have someone to make a gift for. So you could certainly set up a gifting station like Khloe Kardashian has, but you could do it for handmade gifts. Sandshell started a gift closet this year. Great. Great. We've been talking about that all year. It's something that I've been talking about as suggestion and ideas, and I'm so glad to see that Sandshell has done it. And I was really inspired by the station that the Home Edit girls did for Khloe Kardashian in her closet. I thought it was very nice. So Sandshell, you've actually done it already. You've made a gift closet. I love it. Maybe that's something that I will work on and share with all of you this year too. A gift station sounds just awesome to me. And I have plenty of handmade items I could put in the station, so I'll just have to organize them by type of project and then organize the wrapping paper, the bags. Ooh, I could even design wrapping paper through my Spoonflower shop, because on Spoonflower, not only, I always focus and talk to you guys about the fact that my artwork gets uploaded onto fabric at Spoonflower, but Spoonflower also does wallpaper and gift wrapping paper. And I know how to make a gift bag out of wrapping paper through some, I don't know, very basic origami folds. That's a great idea. Okay, I may be doing a DIY craft station then. That sounds so fun. I'm going to write that down. DIY craft. Of course, my pen's not working. DIY craft station. Not only that, but I have those really great origami gift boxes that I made and shared the instructions in 80 handmade gifts like this one. This would be a great thing to have over there, including just having the papers to make these and a copy of the book so you can remember how to do it. Remember these boxes? I love these so much. Because it's just a piece of paper that's folded in just the right way to create a little box. This would be another great thing to keep in that station. So we've got someone new here, Sherlanda Santa Fred. Good morning. Yes, Happy New Year, Santa Fred. Happy New Year to everybody. Wow. Even looking back over the year, this is what I love so much about the podcast. The focus today was really on reflecting on the year, and just because we have the ability to chat and to communicate and to brainstorm together. We've actually come up with lots of ideas already without even focusing on coming up with ideas. We were just reflecting, but that's one of the reasons why I enjoy Year in Review so much, is because as you think about the things that excited you or the things that you want to put to bed and say goodbye to from the year, it also starts those creative juices to thinking about what you want to do in the following year. So I appreciate everybody sharing your goals for the next year in the live stream. If you come up with more ideas later today, come back and leave a comment and let me know what one of your goals is for the next year, or many goals for the next year. What book is this pattern from? This is from 80 Handmade Gifts. I do have a video tutorial for it here on YouTube as well, which supplements the instructions in the book. Yeah, so if you feel welcome to do so, please come back and leave comments in the recorded version of today's podcast. Tell me what one of your goals are, or some of your goals are, or all of your goals are for next year. I know I would love to hear it, because the more we share with each other, the more it inspires each and every one of us. We are always more alike than we are different, and we all have this, especially here because we're like-minded people here, we have a desire to be creative and to express ourselves through creativity. So the more we can share with each other, the more ideas we bounce off of each other, the more creative we all are. And isn't that wonderful? Oh, it's been a great year, everybody, and thank you. Despite everything that we've all been through this year, I mean, we've all had ups and downs, me starting with emergency surgery, but all of us with dealing with COVID and whatever family issues you've had, whatever health issues you've had, whatever anything you've had, we've all had ups and downs this year. We all have ups and downs every year, but we don't give up. We stick with it, and we focus on being creative, and we focus on being kind, and that's what gets us through. And that's what keeps us excited about what's coming next. So, I don't know why I'm crying. I just really wanted to say thank you to all of you. Because the podcast wouldn't exist without all of you. What are we at? 758 episodes? I mean, I probably wouldn't have given up after one if nobody showed up, but I'm pretty sure I would have given up after 20. I know I wouldn't have lasted this long if it wasn't for all of you, and I know that the podcast touches your lives too, and touches so many people's lives, and what just an amazing synchronistic experience that is, that I enjoy doing it and you enjoy it and we all get something out of it. It's just amazing, and thank you to YouTube for giving us this opportunity. I mean, it blows my mind that YouTube gives us this opportunity to be able to communicate live like this every day. It's very special, and like I said, if it wasn't for all of you, it wouldn't even exist. So thank you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for sticking with it and showing up every day. I know every podcast isn't perfect. I know some days I'm tired, or some days I'm worn out, or maybe some days I'm sad. I'm not 100% every day. Nobody is. But thanks for always sticking with me anyway. I appreciate it so much. You guys mean the world to me. Happy New Year, everybody. Let us make time. This is ridiculous. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today, every day. Have a great New Year's, everybody. Be safe, be healthy, and I'll see you next year, aka Monday. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.